Can you hear me? Please confirm you can hear me. Confirm you can see my screen. Can you hear me? Confirm you can see my screen. Confirm me how has been trading today. Please drop a comment if you can hear me. Confirm the sound is very okay. You can hear me loud and clear. Can you hear me? Please confirm you can hear me. How has been trading today? How has it been today? Can you hear me? Confirm you can see my screen. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear, and you can also see my screen. How has been trading today? How's it been? How's it been? How's it been? Yeah, all right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Mayor, thank you. Mayor, okay. Thank you. Thank you. So let's look at the chart before the news will be released by 1:30. Let's see what's been happening in the markets today. So share with you guys that JPY is still bullish. JPY is still bullish. I told you guys JPY is likely going to come for this relative equal high. That's my expectation on JPY. I'm expecting JPY to come for this relative equal high. Okay, let's see DXY. So on a daily time frame, DXY, we can see there's a pullback on DXY. Like I told you guys, we should expect a little pullback. Though dollar is still bearish. Dollar is still bearish. I told you guys we should see a little pullback on DXY. Okay, so on DXY, so on DXY, I'm expecting DXY. DXY is likely probably pull back to test this broken support. It's likely going to pull back. Let's see. It's likely going to test this zone before going bearish. Okay, that is what I think would play out on DXY. Okay, it should test this zone before going bearish. Let's see what we have on 1 hour. Let's see. Okay, good. Okay, you can see it's created a fair value gap here. That is the gap in between the low of this doji candle and the high of this bearish candle. So it's likely going to pull back to fill the fair value gap before going bearish. That is what I think is going to play out on DXY based on price action, okay, based on the pattern on the 4-hour and daily time frame. If the data comes out negative for the dollar, then we should expect a little pullback to the upside, okay? We should expect a little pullback to the upside before going bearish. If the data comes out negative for the dollar, okay, but if it comes out positive for the dollar, we should expect more bearish move. We should expect more bearish move. So if it comes out positive for the dollar, I would advise you wait for price to close below the low of this bullish candle. Wait for 15 minutes or 1 hour candle to close below the low of this bullish candle before you take a sell. Okay, wait for 1 hour candle to close below the low of this bullish candle. As you can see, the previous high, the high of this candle are disrespected, right? You can see the market is currently trading below the low of this candle. That tells me that the bears are still in control. You can see after price tested the high of this candle, look at the pattern. It's a bearish reversal pattern. It's a bearish reversal pattern indicating that the bears are still in control. And if the bears are able to push price below the low of this bullish candle that formed before this reversal pattern, then we should expect more bearish move on USD, on DXY. So if the data comes positive for dollar, expect more bearish move for the dollar. If it comes positive for the dollar, we should expect a little pullback, probably to this fair value gap before selling. That's my expectation on on DXY. If you have any question or anything you want us to look at, please drop it in the comment section, okay? And also please give the video a thumbs up so that others can see this video, okay? Give it a thumbs up so that others can get to see the video. If this is your first time participating in the live stream, I really want to appreciate you for joining this live stream. Please do subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come online or I drop a video, you get notified by YouTube. Okay, give the video a thumbs up to the channel. Okay, so that's my take on DXY. Let's see other instrument, GBP USD. So on GBP USD, my bias on GBP USD still remains bullish. Okay, so I would expect the fundamentals to support the technicals. Okay, so the news will be negative for the dollar. Okay, I'm hoping the news will be negative for the dollar. If it comes out negative for the dollar, then we should expect more bullish move. Okay, we expect to see more bullish move on GBP USD. If the data comes out negative for the dollar, if it comes out positive for the dollar, price might pull back to this fair value gap. Price might pull back to fair value gap before going bullish. That's my take on the dollar. Okay, it is bullish. GBP USD is bullish at the moment, but if the news comes out positive for dollar, price might pull back to fill this fair value gap before going bullish. Okay, but if the news comes out positive for the dollar, you could wait for price to break out, maybe 1 hour or 15 minutes. Wait for 1 hour or 15 minutes to break out from this resistance area before you join the bullish trend. So resistance has been created here also. If the current 15 minutes candle closes bearish as a shooting star, then we have a zone here. You can see this resistance zone to work with. Okay, so you wait for 15 minutes to break out above this zone, or you wait for 1 hour to break out from this zone before you take a trade on GBP USD. I hope that's my take on GBP USD. Okay, there's a high probability GBP USD would come clear the liquidity residing at this previous high. Okay, so that's what I see on GBP USD. That's what I see on GBP USD. Good afternoon, Mr. Wale. Daniel, afternoon. Okay, if there's any instruments you want us to look at, please drop it in the comment section. If you have any question, also drop it in the comment section. PPI will be released in the next 2 minutes. To be released. A few minutes. Okay, if you have any question, please let me know. So that's my take on GBP USD. I gave a call on Australian dollar USD in the morning session. I said, let's look for buys on Australian dollar USD. Look for buys on Australian dollar USD. Let's see. Okay, so at the moment, I'm in profit right now. I think 20 something profits. Let me check it on my phone. I'm in profit. Okay, 29 pips. I took the trade at 0.6248. My entry was 6248. I took, I think, around this area, 6248. Buy on this 6248. 6218. Sorry, 6218. My entry was 6218. 6218. 6218. Okay, 6218. I took the trade. This is where I took the trade. This is where I took the trade. 6218. So I'm in profit of 30 something pips right now. 30 something pips. Okay. 30 something pips. That's 6218. So I'm trying to adjust my stop loss to break even. Okay. because of the major news that will be released. Now, the news has been released. Let's see. The news has been released. Let's see if it is negative, then we should expect more bullish move on Australian dollar USD. Wow, it is negative. So dollar is still weak. You can see that. You can see that the difference is huge. The difference is huge. You can see the forecast was 0.3%. So they were expecting an increase. Can you see that? They were expecting that the value would increase. But look at it. From negative 0.1, they expected 0.3%. And look at what dropped. Negative 0.1. Even the previous was negative 0.1. The previous and the actual is the same thing, but the expectation was 0.3%. So you can see the difference is much from 0.3 positive to 0.1% negative. That is very bad for the dollar. That is very bad for the dollar. And for PPI also, the previous was 0.0%, the expectation was 0.2%, and the actual value is 0.4%. You can see that the difference is much. Can you see that the difference is much? So dollar is still very weak. Any buy you see on the dollar now is a retracement. It's a retracement. If dollar goes bullish now, it's a retracement. Just wait for a good setup, then you sell the dollar. Sell the dollar. Okay. Then the next will be released by 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Well, at the moment, dollar is weak. Dollar is weak based on the data we have here. Dollar is weak. Dollar is weak. Okay. So by 3, consumer sentiment and inflation expectations will be released. Okay. So let's go back to the chart. Let's go back to the chart. I believe you all can hear me. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. If there's any instrument you're considering trading, you want us to look at it together, please drop it in the comment section. Okay, so that's my take on Australian dollar USD. I'm still very bullish on Australian dollar USD. I'm still very bullish on Australian dollar USD. So let's see other instruments. Let's see gold. See gold. So gold, since the data is negative for dollar, we should expect more move on gold. Should expect more bullish move on gold. Okay, gold has been bullish since markets opened. All through this week, gold has been bullish. Since on Wednesday, gold has been bullish. You can see, and with the data that just got released from the States, and gold is still very bullish. Dollar is weak. Okay, so you can see 4 hour also still strongly bullish. Still bullish. Still strongly bullish. You can see. Let's see what we have on 1 hour. So you can see gold is still bullish. Okay. Don't sell gold. Don't sell gold. Don't sell gold. You can see at this point on gold, you can see we had this is a shooting star. No, this is not a shooting star. It's supposed to engulf it. It respected the low of the bullish candle. You can see it respected the low of this bullish candle. That tells you that the bulls are still in control. That tells you that the bulls are still in control. And we had the resistance that got broken. Now, this pullback would just be to retest this support. That was, resistance, don't support. Yeah, so you can see price came back, filled the gap, you can see, and look at the pattern that formed after it filled. It's an inverted hammer. On a 1 hour time frame, this is an inverted hammer. An inverted hammer indicates change in trend from bearish to bullish. So I think gold is aiming for this previous high. It's going to come for this high. Okay. Technically, it's a buy, and based on the data that was released from the United States, we should expect more buys on gold. Now, after the formation of this inverted hammer, let's go down to 15 minutes to see the pattern that formed on 15 minutes. If it's a bullish reversal pattern on 15 minutes, then expect more buys on gold. Okay, so you can see the pattern on 15 minutes. See, can you see the pattern that formed on 15 minutes? expanding bottom here on 15 minutes. A resistance was created here. Can you see that? And the market is trading above this resistance it's created here. That tells you that there are more buys than sells. Okay, that tells you that there are more buys than sell. So gold is bullish at the moment. Okay. Gold is still bullish. I'm trying to understand your question, Mr. Ismail. You are asking what is volume? Volume, do you mean lot size? Let me understand your question, Mr. Ismail. Volume would mean several things. Lot size, or which one are you talking about? Any question? Is there any other you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, let's see JPY pairs. Like I said, I'm expecting bearish move on GBP JPY. Let's see if it's playing out. Expecting a bearish move on dollar index. Oh, sorry, GBP JPY. Like I shared with you guys in the morning, I'm expecting price to pull back. So this area, this zone, you can see price just pulled back to that zone. Okay, so you can see if the current 15 minutes closes bearish, preferably it should close below this low, the low of this bullish candle before one will go bearish. I told you guys I expect GJ to pull back to this zone before going bearish, and as you can see, it has already pulled back to this area. So all I'm waiting for is for a bearish reversal pattern to form inside this zone. If price breaks out from this zone, then no trade for me on GJ, no setup on GJ. Okay, well, I'm expecting price to pull back, close below the low of this bullish candle before going bearish. That's what I see on GJ, and GJ is likely going to come clear all liquidity residing at these lows. There are stop losses residing at this low, so that will be my target. This low will be my target on GJ. Please give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't done that, give it a thumbs up. If there's any instrument you want us to look at, please let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Let's see USD JPY. USD JPY should be bearish too, since dollar is weak. Since dollar is weak, USD JPY also should be bearish. Bearish. USD JPY should be bearish. Let's start with the daily time frame. Okay, so you can see it's been bearish since the market opened. It's been bearish. Okay, so let's go to 4 hour. Okay, so this is what we have on 4 hour at the moment. So let's down to 1 hour time frame. Okay, so on 1 hour, you can see we have a fair value gap here. A fair value gap was created here. Okay, so price is expected to pull back to fill this fair value gap it's created. Okay, but because the news came out negative for USD, it might not fill this gap. Okay, it might not fill this gap. Okay, but it is expected to come fill this gap before continuing with its bearish trend. Okay, if price doesn't pull this zone, then you should consider selling if price breaks out from the low of this candle, the low of this bullish candle. So it's either price pulls back here, look for a sell setup at this zone, or wait for price to break out from this support area or the low of this bullish candle before you sell USD JPY. Let's see what we have on 15 minutes time frame. So like I said, you can see we have a support. Can you see this support zone? So if you are considering selling patiently, to break this zone. You can see this zone. This is a support zone. Wait for price to break out from this zone before you sell. Okay, so it's either price pulls back to fill this fair value gap or price breaks out from this support zone. Okay, so that's where you should consider selling. Okay, this is where you should consider selling. So if you're referring to lot size or volume that you see when you want to execute a trade in the market, lot size can also be referred to as volume. It is the term we use in communicating the quantity of currencies you want to purchase. Okay, it's the term we use in communicating the quantity of currency you want to purchase. So we have three types of volume or three types of lot size. We have the standard lot size, we have the mini lot size, and we have the micro lot size. And the lot size you apply on any trade you execute in the market is dependent on your capital and risk appetite. Okay, the capital and your risk appetite will determine the lot size you apply on every trade you execute in the market. Yes, 0.01 is micro lots. Yeah, 0.01 is micro lots. Is micro lots. So I will be having a beginners. Okay, probably this Friday. No, today is Friday. Hopefully next Friday I'll be having a session with new traders. Before then, please send me a message on WhatsApp so that I can send you a video on the basics of Forex trading. The basic things you need to do before you start trading. Send me a message on WhatsApp so that I'll send you a video. You can watch the video. That will get you prepared for the live session I will have with you next Friday. Okay, so as you watch the video, note down your questions, and all your questions will be attended to during the live session. Okay, Mr. Ismail, send me a message on WhatsApp so that I'll send you the link to download the video. Okay. Is there any other instrument? Is there any other instrument you want us to look at? Let me know in the comments. Any question, any question, any question? Let me know in the comment section if you have any question. Waiting for your questions. Which other instruments you want us to look at? Let me know in the comments. Let's see USD card. Let's see USD card. Okay. Dollar is weak, so USD card should be bearish. So let's start with the daily. You can see USD card has been bearish all day. It's been bearish all day. Okay, so let's go down to 4 hour. 4 hour also, you can see it's been bearish. So after this breakout, I think it's created a fair value gap after this breakout. Let's see. Let's see. I think it's created a fair value gap after this breakout. Let's see on 1 hour. Okay, so you can see the fair value gap it's created. So it might want to fill this gap. Okay, it might want to fill this gap, but you can see price has tested that gap. Price has already tested that gap, and if you go back here, you would see we had what's it called? A support stone resistance. You can see, and price tested that area or that zone, and there was a strong rejection from that zone. You can see that there was rejection from that zone. Now, if you go down to lower time frame, you'll be able to identify bearish reversal on lower time frame. Let's see that on 15 minutes time frame. So you can see the market is trading below this, the low of this bullish candle. That's like an engulfing pattern. Let's see 5 minutes. So you can see the pattern that formed after price filled that gap. Can you see it? After price filled the gap, can you see the pattern? Shooting star here, and we had an hanging man. This is a bearish reversal pattern. That this is a bearish reversal pattern. You had shooting star, hanging man. So this would have been a good sell for USD CAD. Okay, this would have been a sell for USD CAD. This would have been a good entry. So I would advise you wait for price to pull back. Okay, probably wait for price to pull back to this zone. This fair value gap is created here. Okay, this is the area you should be considering going bearish. Okay, this zone or this zone. This is where you should be considering going bullish. Wait for a bearish reversal pattern to form inside this zone or this zone before you sell USD CAD. I hope that is clear. Any question? Any question? Let me know if you have any question. If you have any question, let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Okay. So this is 5 minutes. You can see it's likely USD CAD is about to sell. It's about to start selling. So if a bearish pattern form, as you can see, we also had a fair value gap here. We also have a fair value gap here. You see, here we also have, you can see we also had a fair value gap here. You can see. So if a bearish reversal pattern also forms, then one can also consider going bearish. 15 minutes candle, okay, 15 minutes candle closes below. It's okay, Rufai, I will attend to you. So if 15 minutes candle closes as a shooting star, 15 minutes candle closes as a shooting star, then you should look for sell on USD CAD. Okay, you can see price has filled this fair value gap and reversal pattern is about to form on the 15 minutes time frame and also 5 minutes time frame. So you want to consider bearish if 15 minutes candle closes bearish on USD CAD. That's my take on USD CAD. That's my take on USD CAD. Any question? Any question? You have any question? Let me know in the comment section. Any question? Are you in the class? Okay, okay. Well, you're sweating.
Have we finished class?
No, I'm still in class. Few minutes, I'll soon be done. Any question, guys? Any question? If there are no questions, I would have to end this live stream. Any question? Any question? NZD-USD. Okay, someone said, okay, let's look at NZD-USD. That's few minutes. NZD-USD should be bullish also since the data is negative for dollar. NZD-USD should be bullish, but let's just see. Let's just see the charts. You can see NZD has been. Let's start with the daily time frame. Let's start with the daily time frame. As you can see, NZD-USD has been bullish. NZD-USD has been bullish all day since it opened. 5737, 5737, 5824. That's close to 100 pips. That's close to 100 pips. So this is not the right time. The dollar is weak. This is not the right time to buy. This is not the right time to buy because the market has already done over 100 pips. 100 pips. So this is not the right time. Though it is still bullish, this is not the right time. If you buy now, the risk you will be taking will be very high. It will be very high. Okay. It will be very high. It's still bullish. Dollar is still weak. Okay. But if you insist on buying from the current market price, as you can see, we have a breakout from this resistance. So if the current 1 hour candle closes above this resistance, you might want to take a buy. And if you are buying from the current market price, your stop loss, you can see price pulled back. I think this pullback was this fair value gap that was created here. That's the reason for that pullback. Okay, that's the reason for that pullback. So if you're buying from the current market price, your stop loss should be at this area. You could use this as your stop loss. That's on 578. That's about 50 pip. 50 pip. Okay. If you are okay taking such risk, 50 pip risk for let's say 80 pips, 90 profits, then you can go for it. But I think NZD-USD is trading above its average daily range. I think it's trading at the moment, it's trading at its average daily range. So if you are buying when the market is already trading above the average daily range or average true range, then you'll be taking a very high risk. You'll be taking a very high risk. Let's see after the breakout. Let's see if it's created a fair value gap time frame. Okay, so if you want, you could also wait for price to pull back. I think we have a very tiny fair value gap, right? You can see this gap here. So you could also wait for price to probably come to test this fair value gap before you join the trend. Yeah, see the structure on. Okay, so that's my take on NZD-USD bullish. That is clear, Mr. Mayor. (0.02) is a lot size, 0.02. When you execute 0.02 size, it means you're demanding for 2,000 units worth of currencies. 2,000 units. Like I said, Mr. Ismail, send me a message on WhatsApp. Okay, send me something that I can forward a video to you so that you understand the basic knowledge or basic terms that we use in trading. Okay. Let's see USD-CHF. USD-CHF should be bearish. Okay, USD-CHF is bearish. On the 4-hour time frame, you can see USD-CHF is bearish. Okay, let's see daily. Okay, daily has been bearish, as you can see on USD-CHF. Bearish, and it's still bearish because the data is negative for dollar, and technically it is bearish. Okay, it is bearish technically, and fundamentally it's also bearish. Let's see. Okay, so this is a bearish setup. You could just wait for 1 hour to close below this support. You can wait. This would have been a good entry for CHF. You can see what played out here. Price pulled back. You can see price pulled back to test this, fill this fair value gap. Can you see it? Price pulled back to fill this fair value gap before going. So this would have been a good entry for, you can see, after price filled this fair value gap, what happened? You can see the pattern that formed, engulfing pattern. You can see this candle engulfed the low of this candle, engulfing pattern. So that's a sell. It's a sell. It's a sell. It's a sell. Sell. Okay. So if you are selling, if 1 hour breaks out from this support, you could look for sell. Your stop loss should be this level. You should set your stop loss at this level. The difference is much. That's about 100 pips. 100 pips. That's much. But if you're okay taking 100 pip risk, personally, I don't like to take risk above 30, 40 pips. Above 30, 40 pips. If the risk is more than 30, 40 pips, I skip the trade. You have to take risk that you are comfortable with. Okay. Any question? Any question? All right. I think that will be all for this session. Since there are no questions, that will be all for this session. I appreciate you all for your participation. Wish you all a great day. If you're taking any trade, ensure you buy good risk and money management. Don't over leverage. Okay. Don't over leverage, and ensure that you use stop loss. Apply stop loss on all your trades. Okay. All right, guys. Bye for now.